on the iHeartRadio app.
Red card penalty.
Score big flavor with Waba Grill's new Red Card combo for a limited time. A mini sweet and spicy chicken bowl, chili crisp dumplings, and a refreshing penalty punch for a beverage with mango popping boba. An all-star lineup for just $9.99. Only at Waba Grill.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Serena Williams lost her opening round doubles match Tuesday in the Berlin Open. Williams and her doubles partner Karolina Muchova of the Czech Republic lost 6-4 and 6-4 to Juliana Olmos of Mexico and Erin Routliffe of New Zealand. This was Serena's second competition since coming out of retirement 2 weeks ago. The Compton native will continue her comeback in the doubles competition at Wimbledon, which begins June 29th in London. The 44-year-old Serena will play the doubles with her sister Venus. Today is Venus's birthday. The Compton native turned 46. Television ratings for this year's NBA Finals doubled the numbers generated in 2025 between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. The New York Knicks and San Antonio Spurs averaged 20.6 million viewers over the 5-game series. OKC and Indiana drew an average of only 10.3 million viewers in their 7-game series. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. We continue our look at what is happening and what is not happening along the Destination Crenshaw corridor. Last time we talked about the promises made to this community. Today we talk about the reality on the ground, and it is not pretty. Let's start with something as basic as a visit to the vet. Customers of the local veterinary clinic right next door to this studio are forced to park blocks away and carry their sick and injured animals through conditions that no pet owner or sick animal should have to endure. Why? Because the construction has blocked access to the vet's parking lot for years now. The vet is losing clients, the vet is losing revenue, and frankly, who can blame these customers for not coming back? This is but one example of a small black-owned business being quietly strangled, and nobody at City Hall seems to notice or care. And the conditions along this corridor, they are not just an eyesore, they are a health hazard. Unsanitary conditions and repeated health code violations are doing exactly what you would expect, inviting vermin into our neighborhood, rodents, pests, the kind of infestation that does not stay in one place. It spreads into homes, into restaurants, into our daily lives for years now. Then there is this. The houseless are finding refuge in the construction cubbyholes and unfinished spaces left wide open along this project. These are precious human beings, to be sure, in desperate situations. But this is also a safety and liability crisis that the city created and has yet to address for years now. In our prior editorial, trying to save some space for grace, we did not call his name. But after a full week of running the editorial hourly, highlighting the myriad delays, business losses, health violations, safety concerns, and more, we have heard absolutely nothing from City Council President Marquise Harris Dawson. Nothing. Not a word. The council member who represents this district has gone silent. You see why we call this project Procrastination, Crenshaw? And so I repeat, Crenshaw deserves better. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. As always, we welcome your feedback.
First things first.
First things first, it's the DU General, Money B. I'ma put you up on the schedule, 6 to 9, 8 weekdays, not 2 and 7. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about, so much to pedal through. Unapologetically progressive, tune the KBLA 1580 to get the mess. We're your ancestors' favorite radio station. First black on talk radio, left side of the nation. Me and Dominique DiPrima go way back. Tag Smiley making sure the station stays black. Discussing all the issues in our community. We're hosted black and brown and others find unity. So let's talk about it. Maybe we can improve it. Digital underground, always down with the movement. So we tune in. The first things first with the queen of black talk radio, Dominique DiPrima. Go sis.
First things first.
KBLA Talk 1580. Good morning. Happy hump day. Good morning and God bless. I'm Dominique DiPrima. The show is called First Things First. And my very first thing every day is prayer. Prayer. Giving thanks, giving praises, and asking for blessings from the Most High. Getting all prayed up before we leave the house. And then we go. Then we get into it. Asking for the blessings of God Almighty, the elders and the ancestors. And so it's Wednesday on First Things First. On Wednesdays, here's what we do. On Wednesdays, we call it Wealth Building Wednesday. Hour 1, we look local. Hour 2, we kick off that hour with putting the spotlight on a small business or an opportunity for you. And then hour 3, we do a deep dive with a person of interest, a hot topic, etc., right? Got it? I know that you do. If you're new here, welcome. You can meet other members of the KBLA delegation at YouTube. YouTube.com, and then you put in KBLA 1580. Click on the live one. Some people accidentally click on past shows, which is fine. All of our shows live on YouTube, so you can see them anytime. But if you want to be part of the live stream and get into the comments section, which is always quite the conversation, then you want to go click on the live stream one. Okay? All right. We also stream on Facebook, and sometimes I like to stream on my own. Not sometimes. We're going to do it all the time, right, Miles? I like to stream on my own Instagram at DiPrima Radio, DiPrima Radio. That's me everywhere. TikTok. I got a YouTube page. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we got a lot going on today, and that's a good thing. I'm always happy to meet a bunch of people and do a bunch of things and unbox the stuff going on in the world. Happy birthday to the amazing Compton's own Venus Williams. I bet you thought I was going to say somebody else. Venus Williams, happy birthday to one of the greats. And speaking of one of the greats, it is also Kendrick Lamar's birthday. Happy birthday to him. It's still Gemini season, and I'm going to wring every last drop out of it because as a fellow Gem, it's just my favorite time of year. It's summer. It means summer's here. It means we're going to get those nectarines and peaches and really great fruits. It means that it's going to be light when I come to work instead of dark. And it means that talking, rapping, poetry, flowetry is all front and center. So happy birthday to all the gems. Yeah. So we're going to have Captain Tyrone Davis. You know him from Survivor. He'll be our wealth builder today, and I can't wait to hear more about his business. And then we are going to talk with Dr. Lee Baker in hour 3. Dr. Lee Baker is out of Duke University, a professor of cultural anthropology and African American studies. But we're going to talk about the crisis on university campuses around the issue of AI. It is raging. Even my child, who is now in college, so proud of him, is dealing with these issues, right? Because it's a whole new world, to quote Peebo Bryson, and no one quite seems to know the rules. We we shall see what transpires this hour right here. Um, you know, anyway, are we still taking Tupac requests? Paul wants to know. Well, we're always taking Tupac requests. This is the homie spot. However, it is Kendrick's birthday, so it might make more sense to send in your Kendrick Lamar requests. However, we take Tupac requests 365 days a year. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. That's literally the homie. Okay, rest in peace, Pac. Happy birthday, Kendrick. So, yeah, sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm always so blessed and so grateful to be here with you, have somebody to talk to. But it doesn't turn out quite like I expected. In fact, it almost never turns out quite like I expected. So we shall see how this hour one unfolds. And we do have things to cover in the meantime. Did you know that that guy in the White House, what's his name? He who shall not be named, the the one Dr. Julian Malveaux calls the Orange Man or the Orange Menace. That dude, the dude who's gotten exponentially richer in the past year or so, that dude, yeah, he is apparently he has apparently got the Justice Department investigating the governor of the state of California. And not just investigating the governor, investigating the governor's wife. These folks are low down and dirty. While enriching his own wife through Melania coin, or whatever that was, that coin called, Miles? You're the crypto expert. You're the stock market, crypto, all things AI, whatever it was. She had her own coin. He has coins. They're like cleaning out the cash register, the figurative cash register of the United States. Meanwhile, they're launching an investigation into our governor and his wife. Apparently, the Justice Department, the FBI, has been knocking on the doors of friends and relatives of the governor and asking a whole bunch of questions. Now, what Newsom said is, and I quote, "Trump is coming after me because I'm considering running for president." Okay, so he's now saying out loud that he's considering running for president, which we already knew. But, wow, that's crazy. It's giving Banana Republic. You're clowning me in tweets, making me look bad. You're, what is it? The Booksmax guys say, you're mogging me. That's what he's really getting investigated for. He's mogging the president and making the president look ugly, I guess, or, out facing him. Anyway, that's what is happening. I would not be surprised if this president tries to prosecute or jail our governor here in California, because the jealousy is real. And also, he's probably trying to shut him down, because if you think, he will also outshine and out troll J.D. Vance if he is the presidential pick for Republicans in 2028. J.D. Vance or Donnie Jr. or Ivanka. Who was the other one the president mentioned? The resident. Maybe I should start calling him the resident instead of the president. He does live in the White House, which would make him a resident. Anyway, that guy, he said that the J.D. Vance Marco Rubio team would be the dream team for 2028. That's on the days when he's not saying he's running for a third term. In any case, I think that Newsom would be a threat to any of those folks, as would Kamala Harris. Although, as you know, you've heard me say, I'd rather she wait another cycle and shake off the Biden blues before she runs again. But I know not all of you agree. You're always welcome in. 800-920-1580. 800-920-1580. Let's go to Sam calling us from Los Angeles. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Donnie. How are you?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Okay, I'm good. Okay, look, I went away on this Carmelo Anthony thing. I be checking on my phone and stuff. You get all these different stories.
Yeah.
Now, this guy named Willie D, whatever he is, I don't know if he's influenced a podcast. He claimed that the guy hit him with a haymaker. Then they claimed that 4 people chased Carmelo. To me, it's all ridiculous. If he don't go over to the tent, okay, you know you weren't supposed to be over there. So they asked him to leave. Why didn't he just leave? Now he has the knife down.
But see, even that is not really true, because one thing that apparently is on video, even though they say the video is kind of grainy and it's a wide shot, is that somebody waved him into the tent. He knew people in that tent. It's not that he wasn't supposed to be over there. He's a multi-sports athlete, and you know, it's a very small town. So they're gonna know each other. You know what I mean? He played baseball and football, I believe, and it was a track meet. So he's gonna see people he knows. Someone invited him in. We do know that.
Okay, why do you have the bag? So what's up with the knife and the bag? You know, they claim that. Oh, what's
well,
the name?
it was his school backpack, and. You know, I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that he's not the only high school student in America that carries a pocket knife. It's not like it was a hunting knife or some giant, you know, weapon. It was a small pocket knife. It sounds like, and he stabbed him one time. So it sounds like it was a tragic incident where he just hit, you know, his heart or some major artery, and the young man tragically died. That's what it sounded like to me. Sam, you want to stay with me? Because
yes.
Yeah, we can continue this conversation. There's so much confusion, but I don't think it's accidental. The conservatives, the right, the racists, they are spreading a lot of confusion, and the influencers, a lot of them are not helping. They're just making stuff up for clicks. We'll continue this convo when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Thanks for starting your morning off with a voice that speaks truth to power and the powerless, getting to the heart of what matters most in our community. This is where authentic conversation meets real action. From breaking news and politics to culture and community solutions, this is where you hear perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. This is where we come together, get informed, and make change happen. You're inside First Things First with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Good morning, sunshine. You make my day.
Let's celebrate.
Y'all did it.
Loving each other, needing each other.
Hey, Los Angeles. KBLA Talk 1580 is turning 5, and we're celebrating in a big way.
Oh my God.
Join us Friday, June 19th, Juneteenth, 4 to 7 p.m. at the Beehive for our 5th anniversary bash and Juneteenth celebration. We're talking surprise celebrity guests, a special presentation, and a major announcement you will not want to miss.
I can't wait to hear it.
Plus, live music, dancing, games, and enough food and drink to keep the party going.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Of course, you're welcome to bring your own picnic basket, blanket, and lawn chair. And the best part, it's completely free. But here's the thing. You've got to sign up in advance. Space is limited, so don't wait. Head to KBLA1580.com right now and lock in your spot. Friday, June 19th, The Beehive, KBLA Talk 1580. 5 years strong, and we're just getting started.
Happy anniversary, KBLA.
Yeah, man.
Number 14. That's where Talkers Magazine ranked Tavis Smiley on their heavy 100 list of the 100 most important talk radio hosts in America. Join Tavis weekdays, 9 a.m. to noon or 9 p.m. to midnight. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Getting around LA doesn't have to cost a lot. Metro has fares that fit every budget. 20 free rides for qualified riders through the Life Fare program. Free passes for students with GoPass and affordable options for everyone in between. Wherever you're going, Metro's got you covered. Visit metro.net/fare programs.
Hello, family. I'm Dr. Paul Wallace inviting you to our annual Set Yourself Free Juneteenth open house at Wallace Skin and Body. Join me this Saturday, June 20th from noon to 4 p.m. Say goodbye to double chins and sagging skin. Say hello to instantaneous skin tightening without surgery by Zerf. Speaking of tightening, it's not too late to work on that body and feel the real you with Body Shaping by M-Sculpt Neo. It's time to reclaim and regrow those lost edges or increase your hair density naturally with U-Secretone stem cell technology. It's 34 times more potent than PRP. We'll demo lasers for black skin, raffle AI skin mapping every hour, and offer 50% off all products. Call 323-296-3376. That's 323-296-3376 to reserve your spot. I look forward to seeing you, and remember, looks count.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DiPrima right now.
Right now, Dr. Wallace is having an open house on Saturday. I'm going to be there. So, yeah. If you want to come on. Anyway, so we were talking about this terrifying, well, I find it a terrifying case because it's a 17-year-old kid, right? And he is at a track meet at a school in a small town. It's not the school he attends. It's a rival school, but the whole town is the size of, I don't know, half of one of our small towns. And then he's a baseball player, he's a football player, he's got a 3.8 grade point average. He's got a job, he's got 2 parents at home, he's got siblings at home. This is a child who was once commended for saving another child from drowning, right? Well loved in the town by coaches, by students of all races. And then this altercation happens, and that's where, Sam, I think you're saying that there's so much mis and disinformation. There's a couple people claiming to see a tape, which I doubt they have seen. Maybe they have, but there's one guy who says he went by Freedom of Information Act, but I don't believe that you can get evidence in a court case by the Freedom of Information Act. So I think that they are lying for clicks. I might be wrong, but I think so. I don't, how could they have seen a tape that the family hasn't seen? Or the activists working on the case haven't seen. And I've talked to members of Black Lives Matter who are on the ground there, including Dr. Melina Abdullah, but also I've talked to someone locally there who lives in that area of Collins County, and she, not the guy that called yesterday talking all that smack, a woman who is part of a group called Moms for Karmelo Anthony, a black woman who lives there, that's been at the court every day, and she hasn't seen the tape. So that doesn't seem to make sense to me. Go ahead, Sam.
Okay. Yeah, when I see it, just like now, you said the other day, Melina Abdullah was on your show a few days ago, and she said something I haven't heard nobody say, that the daddy, Metcalf's daddy, was a known racist. Where this come from? I'm hearing all these different stories.
Okay, now, did you see his live stream, Sam?
No, I don't have an act. No, I haven't seen that.
Okay, it's all around the internet. You can probably find it on YouTube. The father went on a live stream rant after the verdict came. He's very racist in the rant. He calls Karmelo the watermelon felon.
Right, I heard that, the felon melon. Right, I heard that.
And that's just one thing. I mean, he goes on and on with the racist tropes, attacking Karmelo Anthony's family, his father. Now, I get that you're hurt and upset. You lost your precious child. But to attack a family whose child just got, locked up for at least 17 years, because the judge says 17 years before he's even eligible for parole, that's right. And to go online and really stir up the racists. If you listen to it, it's horrifying what he says. So it wouldn't surprise me if he was a known racist. I don't have proof of that other than what Dr. Abdullah said, but if you watch the live stream, It is not mysterious.
Okay. Well, let me say this. Have you heard? Now, I've heard this several times that the father, both fathers, Karmelo Anthony's father and Metcalf, the daddy, said that this was not about race and stuff like that. And one lady yesterday on some of my phone there said that she don't believe that Karmelo Anthony's father is supposed to have been a car salesman, and she said that you might know her, Dominique. I don't know her because I don't have access to social media and everything and stuff like that. But she said that she don't think that Karmelo Anthony's father is a car salesman and whatever and stuff. She thinks something else is going on with them and they need to be investigated. And I'm so sick. Every time I'm on my phone, I hear a million different stories.
Yeah, but you know what? You really have to consider the source. It's provable that Karmelo Anthony's dad worked for a car dealership. He doesn't now because they were getting death threats and people showing up at their house, so they had to relocate. He had to leave his job and relocate. They are trying to cast aspersions on the dad because they want to make sure that the family doesn't get help with their appeal. Give, Send, Go shut down their fundraiser. Their fundraiser had raised about $600,000. That was to be spent on lawyers. And if you go on the Give, Send, Go, which I did, it says on there, the family says this is not just for legal fees. It's also to relocate us because we're getting threats. They say it. It was never a secret. They had to move. They moved. The man is now looking for a job, but where can he go?
Everybody
he needs to be in the witness protection program. How do you earn a living for your family when you've got racists threatening you everywhere you go, and now you've become a high-profile individual? Maybe he'll have to work from home. I don't know. You can't sell cars from home, but.
Yeah, that's true.
So, these people are poisoning their reputation. One, they don't want them to be able to raise money. Two, they do not want the jury, wherever they go, to be fair on appeal.
So what do you think? What as you say, what is your bottom line? Would you say that all this would have never happened if Karmelo would have just left when he was supposed to leave? Because that's
total bull. That is the talking point of the prosecution. If you look at it, this is what they said, Sam, in court. The lawyers said Karmelo Anthony provoked the Metcalf twins into attacking him. That's what they're saying. So they're admitting that the Metcalf brothers attacked him first. They're just blaming him for running his mouth. He was sitting.
Now, both of them attacked him, or just one? Okay.
As far as I know, it was just one. There are these 220-pound, 200-plus pound twin brothers. They're known bullies, and there's a bunch of other white folks around them. Now, I understand why the fathers, both of them, said it wasn't about race. They didn't want it to be about race. They saw the racial hate escalating, right? And they were trying to reel it in. They didn't want it to become a small town lynching, but it did. Okay, so no, Karmelo Anthony is sitting down the whole time when these two guys are yelling at him. And when one guy grabs him, he's seated the whole time. And he could be under the tent. It's not their tent. You can't beat someone up for being under a tent. It was raining. Someone invited him under the tent, and then one of them pushed him. Now he's within his right to defend himself. That's like classic self-defense. If someone beats me up, Sam, and your response is, well, you should have left before they beat you up, is that a good defense?
But the flip side of that, Dominique, is this here. On cases, not just this cases, anytime a high-profile case, I don't care what it involves, who it involves, you're going to hear a million different stories.
Yeah.
Now,
hold that thought. I've got a hard stop here for news, traffic, and sports, but we can keep talking about this. You're bringing up all the things that have people confused. No, these people would have he might have ended up dead had he tried to leave. it wasn't just about leave. It was about putting this 150-pound, 17-year-old child in his place in a small town in Texas. News, traffic, and sports, and more. Only right here.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News. Now, New York City is giving away tickets to tomorrow's ceremony outside City Hall celebrating the Knicks championship. Mayor Zohran Mamdani says fans can enter the lottery at Knicks.com/ceremony sweeps until 11 o'clock this morning for a chance to win.
So much of what made this championship special was you. And we want you to have a shot at being there for the ceremony.
600 free tickets will be given out. A 34-year-old man in Miami Beach is facing a felony charge after using a knife to slash and deflate a giant inflatable FIFA World Cup soccer ball. And Chick-fil-A is no longer America's favorite fast food chain. The chicken joint was dethroned by Jersey Mike's based on a survey of more than 16,000 people. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Red card penalty. Score big flavor with Waba Grill's new red card combo for a limited time. A mini sweet and spicy chicken bowl, chili crisp dumplings, and a refreshing penalty punch for a beverage with mango popping boba. An all-star lineup for just $9.99 only at Waba Grill.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Serena Williams lost her opening round doubles match Tuesday in the Berlin Open. Williams and her doubles partner Karolina Muchova of the Czech Republic lost 6-4 and 6-4 to Juliana Olmos of Mexico and Erin Routliffe of New Zealand. This was Serena's second competition since coming out of retirement 2 weeks ago. The Compton native will continue her comeback in the doubles competition at Wimbledon, which begins June 29th in London. The 44-year-old Serena will play the doubles with her sister Venus. Today is Venus's birthday. The Compton native turned 46. Television ratings for this year's NBA Finals doubled the numbers generated in 2025 between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. The New York Knicks and San Antonio Spurs averaged 20.6 million viewers over the 5-game series. OKC and Indiana drew an average of only 10.3 million viewers in their 7-game series. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
In a world full of noise, one station keeps it real. KBLA Talk 1580, where the conversation goes deeper, the voices sound like yours, and the issues that matter most to our community take center stage. Progressive, powerful, unapologetically us. Whether you're driving through the city or tuning in from your home or office, join the public square. KBLA Talk 1580, your home for talk that enlightens, encourages, and empowers. Listen live on our free KBLA 1580 app, on our website at KBLA1580.com, or on your radio dial at 1580 AM.
Unapologetically progressive.
Let's do this.
We're heading into one of the most important election seasons in a generation. And with so much on the line, your health care, your economy, your neighborhood, you deserve more than sound bites. You deserve the full story. KBLA Talk 1580 is your trusted voice for political coverage, commentary, and conversation. From local races to national headlines, we bring you the insight and perspective you need to make sense of it all and make your voice heard. Between now and November, a lot will happen. A lot will change. But one thing won't. KBLA Talk 1580 will be right here, keeping you informed, keeping you engaged, and keeping it real. KBLA Talk 1580, the place for politics.
All I need is one mic.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. We continue our look at what is happening and what is not happening along the Destination Crenshaw corridor. Last time we talked about the promises made to this community. Today we talk about the reality on the ground, and it is not pretty. Let's start with something as basic as a visit to the vet. Customers of the local veterinary clinic right next door to this studio are forced to park blocks away and carry their sick and injured animals through conditions that no pet owner or sick animal should have to endure. Why? Because the construction has blocked access to the vet's parking lot for years now. The vet is losing clients, the vet is losing revenue, and frankly, who can blame these customers for not coming back? This is but one example of a small black-owned business being quietly strangled, and nobody at City Hall seems to notice or care. And the conditions along this corridor, they are not just an eyesore, they are a health hazard. Unsanitary conditions and repeated health code violations are doing exactly what you would expect, inviting vermin into our neighborhood, rodents, pests, the kind of infestation that does not stay in one place. It spreads into homes, into restaurants, into our daily lives for years now. Then there is this. The houseless are finding refuge in the construction cubbyholes and unfinished spaces left wide open along this project. These are precious human beings, to be sure, in desperate situations. But this is also a safety and liability crisis that the city created and has yet to address for years now. In our prior editorial, trying to save some space for grace, we did not call his name. But after a full week of running the editorial hourly, highlighting the myriad delays, business losses, health violations, safety concerns, and more, we have heard absolutely nothing from City Council President Marquise Harris Dawson. Nothing. Not a word. The council member who represents this district has gone silent. You see why we call this project procrastination, Crenshaw? And so I repeat, Crenshaw deserves better. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Tavis Smiley. As always, we welcome your feedback.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
All's my life I has to fight. All's my life I hard times like yeah, bad trips like yeah. Nazareth, I'm f***ed up, homie, you f***ed up. But if God got us, then we gon' be alright.
We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
And when I wake up, I recognize you looking at me for the pay cut. Bahamas, I be looking at you from the face down. One Mac 11, even boom with the bass down.
I don't even want to. I just want to let Kendrick go. It's Gemini season. Go.
I tell my mama I love her, but this what I like, Lord knows. 20 of them in my Chevy, tell them all to come and get me, reaping everything I sow. So my karma come in heaven, no preliminary hearings on my record. I'm a gangster in silence for the record. Tell the world I knew it's too late.
All right. So look, the chat in YouTube this morning is so powerful. Fahima says Sam seems to be getting his news from MAGA talking points. Breitbart, Fox, Newsmax, all at the same time. Forensic says the same Texas Californians are now allegedly fleeing to hell nah to the Texodus. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's supposed to be cheaper, but guess what? You got to live in Texas. I mean, no shade to my friends in Texas. I actually do have some, including at least one, actually two, who used to live in LA. And that's you. Okay, that's you. Do you? But I'll be over here. I'll be on the West Coast. Thank you very much. EC Courtney says people will always throw mud at us to justify their injustice. Word. And Paul is saying, I cannot reiterate enough how much misinformation and disinformation is being directly targeted to the black community on purpose to create confusion and voter apathy. It's being weaponized. That is 100% true. You know why, Paul? Because it worked. It helped get Donald Trump elected in 2016 and again in 2024. The targeting of exactly the kind of dis and misinformation that you're talking about towards Kamala Harris that you're talking about, that is exactly what won the election for, if he won, to be honest with you, because I'm not convinced. But if he did, that's what did it. And to the extent that he did, but I'm concerned because Sam calls all the time. And Sam, I'm going to let you, we're going to continue this conversation. Anyone else who wants to weigh in, you're also invited in. 800-920-1580. I take all comers, the ops, the haters, the lovers, the fighters, the thinkers, the analyzers are all welcome here. So, Sam stays on top of the news. I know this about Sam. Sam, you call me with stories that we may have overlooked or stories we haven't talked enough about. You clearly track the news. Is Fahima right? Are you listening to Newsmax? Are you reading from Fox? Are you, because what you're bringing me this morning are very much the right-wing talking points that are being used to take down Karmelo Anthony right now. The young, now he's a young man, he's 19, and they've got him in solitary confinement. I mean, for a teenager, that's crazy. The family has asked, stop sharing his mugshot, stop falling for all of these talking points, because it's really what it's doing is making it harder and harder for him to get justice, right? So where are you getting all this stuff from? And, because I know you're not just a op, you're a person that follows the news. I might even call you a news junkie.
Well, and you would be right on that. Okay, to be honest, Dominique, all I look at this regular news, I don't have access to social media. I don't have a iPhone, smartphone. I just have a basic flip phone, and I don't have a computer. I don't have a smart TV. What I read in the paper, or like my cousin sends me stuff from YouTube.
You don't have a computer. You don't have a desktop or a laptop.
No, I don't have any of that. Never had one. I don't have email, Gmail,
but
none
you're
of that
up
stuff.
to date on the latest conservative talking points. How is that even possible? Paul, I know this is making your hair stand on end in the chat, because this is not coming from social media. So where is it coming from?
Well, I just look at regular news, Dominique, in the paper and all that. Like, I'm not I'm not a person who is not taking sides or whatever or anything. I'm just I'm really just more or less asking you, just like give an example. Two things I wanted to ask you. What is Karmelo Anthony's actual height and weight? Because I've heard you say 135, 150. And then my second one is you put emphasis on him being a child. Well, they both were childs there. I mean,
Yep.
It ain't like an adult.
Yep, they're both kids. They're both kids.
That's why I get confused.
Well, they're both children. Yeah, technically. Yes, they're both children. They're high school kids. Well, all three, because there were two Metcalf twins. The Metcalf twins are, I've heard, between 200 and 220, and that's verifiable. Karmelo, 150. I do not know his height. But you can, he's sitting down, they're towering over him. And I think it's really telling, Sam, at first, when they first started reporting on this story, they were showing the pictures of Austin Metcalf, the other child, the huge child that died in this incident. And they were showing a picture of him with real short hair, with his football gear on, looking scary. And then the conservative or the right-wing media realized what was happening, because you could see in the picture that he was way bigger than Karmelo. And what they did is they started using pictures of him from when he was much younger. All of a sudden he has hair, he's skinny, he looks totally different. He might have been like 15 in the pictures they started showing. And this is all over, but mostly, in the more right-wing papers, and they started showing a real close-up shot of Karmelo Anthony to make him look bigger, because you just see his head. Now you don't see his body. So which papers are you reading? I mean, or which TV stations are you watching on your not smart TV?
Well, no, Dominique, I subscribe to the LA Times. I get that every morning, and I just look at your local news channel 2 to 13, and then I might flip Fox, CNN, just flipping all over, whatever like that. I'm not. I have no allegiance to no.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to see
channel.
where this information is coming from, because right now you've hit almost every right-wing talking point, and none of the family's perspective or none of the perspective of the activists. So it feels like, and that's not usually what I get from you. Usually what I get from you is pretty much just facts about news stories.
Okay.
And sometimes you're fired up about
like
something.
That, Dominique.
Well, I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't even realize that it's happening. But it is. I'm hearing. I haven't heard a lot of facts this morning. I've heard a lot of talking points. Why didn't he leave when he was supposed to? Well, he had a right to be under the tent. He was invited under the tent. And you don't get to beat someone up because they don't leave when you say. The two twins were the ones that approached him, but apparently there was a crowd of other kids around, mostly white kids, I understand. And we can say both fathers said it's not about race, but in small town Texas, is that realistic ever in America?
Well, okay. Well, even though that the father who was black said it's not about race, but I guess
they were talking aspirationally. They didn't want it to be about race, and I get that, but this is America. I didn't even write the song. But anytime a black person and a white person get into a confrontation and one of them ends up dead, it's always going to be about race in America, because you can just look at the statistic. You can look at the numbers. The numbers show that when black people encounter white people, no matter what the situation, if the white person ends up dead, the black person is, I don't know the exact number, but multiple times more likely to be prosecuted and convicted. We know that if a white person kills a black person, regardless of their age, their circumstance, their job description, that white person is much more likely to get off. That's America. So we can always say it's not about race, but that's just wishful thinking in America. In America, we know, especially with young black men, the subtext is always race.
Well, I just said with the like basically, Dominic, like I was just more or less called to ask you an opinion, not to not to dispute. I'm more or less.
No, I'm not trying to argue with you, because you call me all the time. Well, not all the time, but from time to time, and I do appreciate it. But what is your cousin sending you? Is he sending you influencers, or is he sending you verifiable? Is he sending you news channels, or is he sending you influencers? Because the influencers, a lot of them are getting this really, really wrong.
Okay, well, it's from YouTube, because I told her, don't send me nothing, because my phone is just, I'm old school down there. My phone is just a basic flip phone.
I get
can't get anything.
But I'm just saying,
Instagram.
when you're getting stuff from YouTube,
all the stuff she sent
but
me
you still have
YouTube.
to consider the source, because YouTube has a whole range. You've got people just making stuff up, and then you have actual news.
Is this for money? Like they get these info, they get paid,
yeah,
right?
they get paid. So that's why a lot of times they
Okay.
make stuff up, because the more crazy it sounds, the more clicks they get. And the more clicks they get, the more likely they are to get paid.
Okay, well, see, I didn't know all this. That's why I'm actually, Dominic, just to want to find out, because I mean, she sent me stuff, and the other day I looked and I thought about you. I got a partner, I hate him with a passion. I think you do too. Jason Whitlock. Oh man, he's something else.
He's in the sunken place for sure. So where are you watching the clips? I think that's a fair point. Someone is asking in the chat, because if you can't watch, can you watch YouTube on your flip phone?
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. I can't remember back when I had a flip phone. But here's the thing. I think well, you may want to look at some different perspectives. I would maybe, when you look at YouTube, you can get CNN or you can get Newsmax. You know what I mean? They have the range. And if you want to go to influencers, look at somebody like the Conscious Lee, who has got a pro-black perspective, but he's also fact-based, right? And that's what I try to do too. That is what I do. That's why, I was so surprised to hear this from you, but yes, that's what they do. And that's why a lot of these folks are walking around saying that they've seen a video that they probably have not seen, because they want to get a lot of views so they can get paid, and they have no one checking them. There is no FCC. If I talk too crazy, the station will get our license taken. But on YouTube, they don't need a license. They can say anything. There's no one fact checking. There's no FCC. It's anything goes. It is the wild, wild west. So, be really mindful and consider the source. Sam, thank you for calling. It's always great to talk with you. Oh, I want to also suggest, if you can get it on your phone, that you go to freekarmelo.net. That's where we have a lot of up-to-date information, freekarmelo.net. It's Karmelo with a K. We'll keep the conversation going. You're welcome to do what Sam did and call me at 800-920-1580. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt? Angela was. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $80,000. Felicia was having health problems, got behind on her taxes, interest and penalties were adding up. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $15,000. Civic Tax Relief is a professional tax negotiation firm that can protect you from the IRS. If you're getting collection letters, call Civic Tax Relief for a free consultation. They will go to work helping you discover all the relief programs you may qualify for free. James owed the IRS $37,000. Civic Tax Relief represented him against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, he did not owe the IRS anything. If you are in trouble with the IRS, call Civic Tax Relief for your free consultation now. 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257. Get a free consultation and real tax relief. Call 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Michael's Daughter Foundation is dedicated to inspiring youth and resilience through storytelling, arts, filmmaking, and enrichment programs for youth and families in under-resourced communities and system-impacted individuals. The Michael's Daughter Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit providing free and low-cost arts programs to youth and families from under-resourced communities, both system-impacted youth and those affected by the incarceration of a loved one. 1 in 43 children in America have a parent incarcerated. 70% of those children are expected to end up in prison. Through filmmaking, animation, theater, and writing, they help young people express themselves, build confidence, and imagine new possibilities. Beyond the arts, they offer financial literacy workshops, emergency support, and scholarships. Because thriving takes more than talent, it takes access. To learn more about the impact of Michael Daughters Foundation and how you can be a part of the movement, please visit their website, michaelsdaughterfoundation.com. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
If you're an African American mom who is pregnant or have a baby under 6 months old, you deserve care that lifts, listens, and lasts. Black Infant Health is for you. It's a free program with individual support, group sessions, and resources to start your mothering journey. BIH makes space for moms and their families to create community. Learn more about the programs in Los Angeles County. Check us out at blackinfanthealth.org.
Going to a World Cup match in LA this summer? Ditch the parking stress and ride Metro. With direct service from across LA County, it's the easy way to get there for just $1.75 each way.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Tired of being locked out of job opportunities and shut down by systemic racism? KBLA Talk 1580 stands with you in fighting for the rights of black workers, and we don't black down. The Los Angeles Black Workers Center is a dynamic alliance of workers, organized labor, community-based organizations, clergy, students, and scholars working collectively to improve the position of the black working class. The LA Black Workers Center takes a comprehensive approach to addressing the black jobs crisis. Their programs promote access to quality jobs, racial equity in hiring and retention, discrimination-free job sites, and they prepare black workers for employment in high-wage career track jobs. The LA Black Workers Center supports workers who need help protecting their rights on the job. They give workers access to quality jobs and remove systemic barriers to employment. And they are advocating for a fair deal for black workers in the new Los Angeles City Charter. To sign up for free career readiness training, get involved in organizing, or learn about union apprenticeship programs and trade registries, please visit lablackworkercenter.org. That's lablackworkercenter.org. Together, we can beat the black jobs crisis and build a more equitable Los Angeles. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Find a righteous rage and don't be afraid to say what you see. We're KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, we are. Happy birthday, Kendrick Lamar. Happy birthday, all my Geminis. Woo! I love the KBLA 1580 delegation in the chat today. I call them the sleuth squad because they're in there trying to figure out everything Sam's talking about. And Sam, I wish that you would connect with the KBLA delegation on YouTube, where we stream every single day, and then they can start sending you clips. And then you'll get better clips, or at least more of a variety. Fahima's recommending other pods, but you can always watch KBLA all day. That's what I suggest. Let's go to James calling us from New York. Hola, Jumbo. What's up?
How you do? I appreciate you guys taking my call.
Absolutely.
I just want to think, there is a video, I believe it's 11-minute long video.
You're talking about Karmelo Anthony. I did reference that. I referenced the grainy, far away video, but these folks that I see, the influencers that I've seen, are saying that they have viewed another video.
Yes, it was a video that was available after the stabbing last year. People had to sign up to see it. I'm not sure, was there any kind of disclosure or stipulation.
Where were they getting it?
From the school, from the actual school.
That seems, okay. Did you see it?
Personally, I have not seen it.
Where are you getting this information? Because to me, and I always put the common sense lens of literally decades of news experience. To me, that seems highly unlikely because a school could be liable if they gave out information to random people about an ongoing case of this seriousness. But okay, so what you've been told, or how did you get this information that there was a video that you could sign up to see?
Common sense wouldn't apply in this case because there's evidence that's available. There's evidence that's available if you were to investigate the school to see, in fact, if this is true. So,
well, the reason, but you're saying common sense wouldn't apply, but schools are really uptight. First of all, they don't want kids dying on their campuses for any reason because it makes them look bad. Second of all, they are always concerned about liability because they know they can get sued. And third, so I don't see a school handing out a form and letting people watch a video if they sign a form. I could be wrong. Maybe you're right. Maybe there's some crazy person in a school that decided to do that, but it does defy common sense. So I would want to see some evidence that this actually happened.
Okay. I would also ask that you report if you do investigate and in fact find that.
Absolutely. This case is hurting my heart. But James, where did you get this information? Where did you get the information about the tape? Because that could help my investigation if I'm able to get more info.
There was some investigating reporting done by a particular individual who goes by the name of Freezy. He's an online personality. He's a screamer. And he interviewed 17 people who, in fact, were allowed to see the video. The video ceased to be.
All right. Well, I'll look into it. The thing about it is, James, is that these influencers can say anything, so I'm going to need receipts. I'm going to need receipts.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to need. I'm going to need receipts. Because I can say anything. I can tell you that, when I walked out my door this morning, Godzilla was there. And then I can find 17 people to say they saw Godzilla too. But I'm going to need some receipts,
I gave you 2 sources. I gave you the school and I gave you Freezy.
Right.
Now,
and so I will follow up on those. I got news, traffic, and sports. You're welcome to hold on if you want, James. But we got to do that. Then we'll continue when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News. Now, New York City is giving away tickets to tomorrow's ceremony outside City Hall celebrating the Knicks championship. Mayor Zohran Mamdani says fans can enter the lottery at Knicks.com/ceremony sweeps until 11 o'clock this morning for a chance to win.
But so much of what made this championship special was you. And we want you to have a shot at being there for the ceremony.
600 free tickets will be given out. A 34-year-old man in Miami Beach is facing a felony charge after using a knife to slash and deflate a giant inflatable FIFA World Cup soccer ball. And Chick-fil-A is no longer America's favorite fast food chain. The chicken joint was dethroned by Jersey Mike's based on a survey of more than 16,000 people. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Red card penalties. Score big flavor with Waba Grill's new red card combo for a limited time. A mini sweet and spicy chicken bowl, chili crisp dumplings, and a refreshing penalty punch for a beverage with mango popping boba. An all-star lineup for just $9.99 only at Waba Grill.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Serena Williams lost her opening round doubles match Tuesday in the Berlin Open. Williams and her doubles partner Karolina Muchova of the Czech Republic lost 6-4 and 6-4 to Juliana Olmos of Mexico and Erin Routliffe of New Zealand. This was Serena's second competition since coming out of retirement 2 weeks ago. The Compton native will continue her comeback in the doubles competition at Wimbledon, which begins June 29th in London. The 44-year-old Serena will play the doubles with her sister Venus. Today is Venus's birthday. The Compton native turned 46. Television ratings for this year's NBA Finals doubled the numbers generated in 2025 between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. The New York Knicks and San Antonio Spurs averaged 20.6 million viewers over the 5-game series. OKC and Indiana drew an average of only 10.3 million viewers in their 7-game series. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
You have something to say and